How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are here with our Las Vegas Golden Knights franchise mode. Actually, they're just the Vegas Golden Knights franchise mode, but this is a brand new series on the channel, so I hope you guys are here for it. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys get notified when I go ahead and post every new episode of our Vegas Golden Knights series. Now, our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode ended less than spectacularly.
The city of Montreal and their franchise of the Canadiens.
But we're back. We're going to give it another go. We're going to go with Vegas, a different team, a different kind of style here. And this is just going to be a preview. We're not going to do any kind of simulation or anything like that. We'll just see what we've got, what's available, how the team meshes, that kind of stuff. Just a kind of a preview, a prelude, if you will, to the series. So let's go ahead and check out the lines first and foremost. We are listed as a contender, which is good news. So here we go. We got Marchessault, Karlsson, and Stone as our top line. Nobody likes the scheme, really. Oh my God, Karlsson loves the third line, but I don't think I want to play him on the third line. Riley Smith there as well. What is he like? Nobody seems to like the first line. Actually, Paul Stastny does. Max Pacioretty does. It's just Stone, Karlsson. Okay, Marchessault kind of does. So if we did something like that, we could get ourselves a +3. I don't know if I like playing Stone there on the second line. But I do kind of like the way this looks. Right here, not great, not great. Reeves is a grinder. I would call him just a pure enforcer, but that's just me. If we move William Carrier up, we get a +1, but it looks like we really need to do some work with that bottom 6 forward group. Actually, Alex Tuch looks fine. He could probably play on the first line, get it really close to a plus. Oh, so if we move Karlsson down there like that, we get a +3. So we would have Marchessault, Smith, Stone +3, Tuch, Stastny, Pacioretty +3. Marchessault up on that first line. Can anybody take faceoffs, actually? So that you can kind of see I'm settling into a top 6 here. Riley Smith, Stastny, Stone, Pacioretty, Tuch, Marchessault up there. I get a +3 with Stone, Marchessault, Pacioretty. That's actually a really good first line, I think. They all seem to have pretty good stats, pretty good shooting there. Pacioretty's shooting is nice for a sniper. I'd like to see a little bit higher, but it's fine. His contract's not the worst in the world, but it's certainly not great. 88 passing, 90 offensive awareness, 91 passing, 90 offensive awareness, and then 90 passing, 91 offensive awareness. So Stone is probably the key guy. He is the guy on this team, and if you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan, you probably would agree with me. Mark Stone is the guy, so we want to get him up there on that first line. Marchessault and Pacioretty, well, they're kind of expendable, more likely in my mind second liners, but they're all first line forwards. These guys are all second line forwards here on the middle pairing, or on the middle line here, second line. What am I saying? Riley Smith, Stastny, and Tuch there. Karlsson, Carrier, Cousins. See, I don't like doing this, simply because I'd like to get Karlsson more ice time. He's listed as a first line forward, but we instantly lose all sorts of chemistry or whatnot. So Marchessault up there gets us a +1. We could do that. I know I'm just flipping around really fast here, guys, but we could do something like that. Put Riley Smith down there. Riley Smith is a second line forward. He's 28. He's a good sniper, but I don't know. It's interesting to see what we could potentially do. There's a +1 if I'm going for chemistry, but we might need to look for some bottom 6 forwards, especially for this third line. This third line is awfully weak. Do we have anybody scratched? Just Derek Engelland. How about in the system? Cody Glass, I mean, I guess he could come up. He definitely could come up and play on that third line. Same thing with Brandon Peary. Listed as a depth forward, whereas Cody Glass listed as a third line checking forward. So since he's one of our few prospects, he's listed as high top 6 too. So we will call him up in due time. Maybe at the start of the season. I'll see what you guys want me to do. But definitely making a trade for one more third liner. Probably maybe somebody that fits in the middle 6, so I got a little bit more wiggle room. Maybe you can move Riley Smith to the third line, get somebody who can play on the second line. Don't know about the first line, but I think the first line is set with Marchessault, Stone, and Karlsson. Pacioretty, Stastny, and Smith. Pacioretty's time is probably coming to a close here soon. So we'll see. I don't know. I kind of like Karlsson up there, but I also don't mind a Marchessault, Pacioretty, Stone line. You guys will have to let me know what you think would be the best. It's actually kind of more confusing than I thought coming into this. I thought I'd have like a solid couple first lines, and then the depth would be the issue, and I'd have to go out and acquire it. But I want to know what I should do here. Should I go for chemistry? Should I go for overall? Should I do a little bit of both, like we saw with all the +1s? I think something like, ooh, that would actually not bad with Paul Stastny being the first line center, but I'd actually rather see Marchessault up there. Yeah, all the +1s, I think I'm going to keep it like that for now. That is what my I'm going to settle on to start. Then defensively, seems like the only top quality guy we have is Theodore. We've got 3 middle pairing guys and then 2 clear-cut bottom guys here. Schmidt is a 2-way defender. He fits good on the second line. Braden McNabb would actually fit better on the first line, but it doesn't get us that fit we want on that first line. John Merrill here fits fine on both him and Holden actually fit fine on these middle pairings. So I wonder if Holden may be up here. Yeah, no. So we're going to get our defensive core seems set with chemistry. Maybe. I mean, it's probably set anyway. We're probably not going to be able to go after a defenseman if we do end up going after a second line forward. So I don't mind the defensive core at all. I like Shea Theodore, 88, 87. 87 defensive awareness. And then I'd like to see a little bit more playmaking. Maybe Alec Martinez, excuse me, not Alex, there instead of Nate Schmidt. Alec Martinez there would work well with Shea Theodore, I think. What are the contracts? Shea Theodore's got a really good contract, I think, for the kind of player that I think he could become. 6 years at 5.2 for a guy who's really going to be the centerpiece of our defensive core. Definitely down for that. And then Alec Martinez here is signed for another season. Nate Schmidt's got a huge contract. And I don't know, maybe I look to move him. He doesn't necessarily fit the roster quite as well. We can make do without him, I think. Braden McNabb's contract is nice. Okay, so we got 4 good contracts, I'd say, on our defensive core. Schmitz is bad in my opinion, and then Alec Martinez is what it is. I would call it neither good nor bad. He's getting probably accurately paid. But then really the crown jewel is Lanner and Fleury. So okay, Fleury's listed as an elite goalie, and Leonard's listed as a starting goalie. I would like to start Fleury over Leonard, but those are 2 ridiculously good goalies, and they have some ridiculously good value. Apparently, Fleury could be our third line solution. Anyway, Marc-Andre Fleury maybe is one of the guys we look to move. That kind of sucks, though. I know he's like the staple of Vegas. He is like the guy. Him, Stone, and Theodore, those are like the big 3 in my mind. I know Carlson had a great season, but I just think those are the guys that, if I'm a GM right now, those are the 3 guys I want to build around. Fleury, maybe not. I know Leonard is expiring. He's also signed to a stupid cheap contract. But Fleury, how much trade value does he have? I was just about to go look at expiring contracts. Leonard is one of them. He's got so much value. That's a lot more value than I thought he'd have, and I don't think he's going to get more value. So maybe it is time to move on from Marc-Andre Fleury. See what teams would be willing to give me for Fleury. I also want you guys to let me know, should this be more realistic or should this be more arcade? So we would have more fun, trade guys like Fleury, even though we wouldn't in real life. Or should we make it realistic and try and build by the book, trade assets we don't want to a team that would want them, and then acquire assets that they don't want, or maybe try and find a deal in the middle. So like more thinking about it rather than let's get whatever we can for Fleury and then go nuts. So contract wise, it doesn't seem like anybody's overpaid. It really seems pretty solid. And from what I can see here, if we sort by overall, our top skaters are locked up. The only 2 guys are Merrill and Reeves. And well, I don't exactly want to bring back Reeves. Merrill could come back for 3 years at probably less than $2 million. We only have, what is that? $3 million in cap space next season, so we might have to move somebody like a Stastny, because he's got $6.5 million next season. Carlson, I do like Carlson. He's listed as a first-line forward. I don't see him being a first-line forward. He is signed forever, though. So 85 overall at 26. 90-90 passing and offensive awareness. 89 wrist shot accuracy. His defense awareness could be a little bit better. But I'm certainly not looking for him to be a perfect 2-way. Oh, he's a 2-way forward, of course. Okay, I'm not looking for him to necessarily be a defensive 2-way forward. I'm looking for him to more be like a playmaker type deal. Defensively, I think we know if there's somebody I would trade, it would most likely be Schmidt, because he is, oh my god, I want to trade Nate Schmidt. I wonder how much value he has, because we could get maybe something for the bottom 6 forwards, and then we could maybe move Fleury or Leonard, depending on what we're thinking here, boys. We don't have any cap space next season, which is the real crunch. We'll see how we sim this season, but the real crunch is next season. In the system, though, we have Peary, Glass, Hogg here. I mean, I don't know how to say his name, but he's a defenseman who likes balance shoot. he could come up and play on that bottom pairing for us, and I think he could do quite well. So, like, calling up a guy like Cody Glass could help fill another position for forwards here if we sort. Yeah, William Carrier does not need to be around. He just got he got a long extension too. It's cheap, but Nosek maybe is a guy we could look to move on from. Carrier's not great. I like Nosek better. I like Cousins better than both of them. Ryan Reeves, I don't really like him. He is a grinder though, so he'll give us some bonus, but his discipline being down at 60 means I don't know if I want to keep him. Definitely not going to re-sign him for 2.775, so that's good news, is that that's going to be coming off the books. So if there was somebody I would replace, maybe it's Carrier. He's only a 77. He doesn't fit the scheme. Never mind. So Carrier is probably the guy I'd look to move on from too if we were to trade. So probably Schmidt and probably Carrier would be the two guys I would look to trade, and maybe one of our goalies if we want to move that, one of them. But Schmidt here could maybe get us, like, he wants to go to Anaheim. Anaheim's a rebuilder. So if we look to make a realistic trade, maybe we get somebody with good value, like a Jacob Silfverberg. We could go after him. He's making 5.25. This could be a deal I could look to maybe work with. He's making a lot of money, but he's a second line forward. He fits that middle six role that I'm looking for. I want Schmidt's contract off the books. Silfverberg, I think, is more valuable than Schmidt, but that's just me. I don't know. That seems maybe not. But you guys know what I'm looking for here. I guess we could just go ahead and find a trade, see what we would maybe get for these guys. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do a find trade for, I mean, if we've got Fleury locked up for a few more years, we know what he's going to be at. We don't know what Leonard's going to be. So it seems our best prospect is Glass, as I mentioned. So playing him in his desired role as a third line checker is probably what I want to do. Just so he would grow, and hopefully he can be our second or first line center maybe of the future. Maybe him and Carlson become our 1-2 tandem, which is great. I'd love to have two centers to build around. You put decent wingers around two good centers, you're pretty much golden. Look at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Obviously need some elite wingers, but we've got one of those in Stone and some high quality ones in Marchessault and Pacioretty as well. A lot of defensemen here. Hug's actually got a lot of value. He's 20. Alec Martinez, I like him. I think I'm going to keep him for another year. He's only making $4 million. Not that big of a deal. So as goaltenders are concerned, if I were to get rid of one of the two, it would probably be Fleury, because Leonard's 28 and 87. And Fleury might regress. So if we were to trade away Marc-Andre Fleury, nobody wants him. Okay. If we get rid of him and, I don't know, say like Schmidt, that's a lot of cap to trade away. That is way too much cap to trade away. Maybe nobody wants to take on Marc-Andre Fleury's contract. I know they just traded for Leonard, but if we're going to go nuts and make it our GM mode, wow, okay, nobody, I guess it's probably because we only have $500,000 in cap space, so we'd really need to get matched. That is a steal. I'm sorry, but 1.4 million is a steal. Some of you guys that have played before, is Leonard going to ask for a lot if I want to re-sign him? Because if I can re-sign him for around what Marc-Andre Fleury is, I would definitely trade Fleury and then just maybe go sign a backup or throw a backup in, like an 80 overall backup, just to have somebody there. Defenseman, I wonder what people would give us for Schmidt though. That's like $6 million. That's reasonable. We already saw that he. Of course not. Alec Martinez. Does anybody want Martinez? There's no. Wow. Okay. So the trade block is having a really tough time finding players to trade. Carrier. Could we trade him? Okay. We could get some picks for him. A backup goalie or just a shit goalie there. Some throw-in players. So nothing special for William Carrier, but we would get his 1.4 million off the books. Immediately call up Glass, and there's our empty spot. I'd have to do a deeper dive into any of these players, but that's just something what I'm thinking. Peary could also come up and fill Carrier's role, or even Ryan Reeves' role. If we do move on from Ryan Reeves, I would like to. I mean, he's going to give us some chemistry. We get a 7th from the Sharks, the Washington 7th, so we'd at least get something for Ryan Reeves. But I'm surprised nobody wants Robin Leonard for his $1.4 million contract. But I think we have a first this year. We do have a first, which is nice. So if I traded that, we'd have no picks. Nobody would want that either. So maybe a third, sweeten the pot a bit. I don't know. So you can see where my head is at, but I want to get your guys' thoughts before I go ahead and do anything. I love hearing what you guys have to say down in the comments section. So please let me know what I should do. Who should we move on from? Should we make it realistic? Should we make it fun, arcadey? Not saying realistic's not fun. What should I do about the lines? There's so many options for you guys to comment, so let me know any kind of thought you have, what you want for dinner tonight. I don't know, I don't care. Just let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, so make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.